How do we even make the Bible practical? A plan, prayer, and a purpose. That's your answer. Now let's go deeper into how do we do that. Welcome to the Black Man, Black Health Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Carson. We're going to just talk about this for a couple minutes to help you out if you're trying to make the Bible practical. If you just look at the Bible in its entirety, it can be very, very intimidating. Just think Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Like, what is Leviticus talking about that applies to my life today? Let's talk about that. So actually, the first one I would say would be prayer. Prayer allows you to actually go to God, communicate with God, and invite him into your study. Now, why would you want to invite him into your study? Because you want him to show you your heart, your mind. What is he saying through the scripture? What is he saying through the verse? Something that I struggled with a long time ago when I gave my heart, my life over to God, is I took everything literally in the Bible. So in high school, right, I got saved my last year in high school, and the scripture, become more like Jesus, look more like Jesus was one of the scriptures that actually was one of the scriptures I studied first. So when I read it, I thought you need to look more like Jesus. Now, I didn't have a turban or a robe. So what I did was I gave away all my jerseys. I gave away all my jewelry. I gave away all my sneakers. And I literally, for my last year in high school, my last probably 4 or 5 months, I just wore like Adidas sweatpants, a white t-shirt, a clean white t-shirt every day, and some sandals. And I didn't understand that that's not what it meant. It meant inwardly. So that's what I mean by prayer, inviting God into your prayer. Father, I ask you to come in, illuminate the scriptures, show me what they mean, and show me how to implement them. So prayer is the first one. The second one I would say is a purpose. I would say you want to go into your study with some type of purpose. I'm not a fan of just open a Bible and whatever you open is the thing that you should study, because that could be dangerous. Like, what happens if you open it up and it says, and Judas hung himself, right? You want to have some type of purpose or plan. There's tons of tools. The Bible app has a ton of studies that you can study by subject, which will lead and guide you by day. But think, what do I really want to change, or what do I want to learn about in the season of my life now? It may be marriage, it might be healing, it might be theology, whatever you want to study on. Make that the theme for your week or your month, and then study those things. Find the scriptures about those things, find the passages, read them, ask God, how does this apply to my life? I like studying by theme because it allows me to go through the Bible. It also allows me to have a greater focus for a period of time. You can study other ways, like studying like a character. You can study just a book. Nothing's wrong with those. My personal preference is usually by a theme first, and then I usually go by like a book in the Bible, and then maybe character. So those are some ways. So the first one is prayer. The second one is having a plan. The last one is purpose. Why do I want to do this? Lord, what is this passage teaching me? If I'm going in to study about healing, I want to think, my purpose is I want to understand what healing means through God's eyes. I want to understand, what do I have to do to obtain this healing? When you attack anything with some form of purpose, the clarity is usually going to come a lot easier than just haphazardly going at it. And that's what I believe sometimes can hinder people from learning the word and applying it in a practical way. If you want to apply it in a practical way, approach it with some form of a purpose. The whole reason for studying the Bible is, what does God want from me? What is God trying to show me? What is he trying to show me even that he has given me? And what do I do with that? We don't need to complicate it. And I'm going to say this, everyone's not going to be a theologian. And that's okay. You want to be a disciple. That's what he called us to be, disciples, to learn his word, to understand his word, to eat his word, and to go and be what he's called us to be. That's how you apply the Bible in a practical way. Got any questions? Please leave me a comment. I would love to answer. Go in peace, guys. Be great. I'm out of here.